So what is wrong with Yamaha? They've got one of the greatest practice amps, one of the most popular amps for practice ever, and we don't have a full-size version of this. We should have a boutique stacked version of this that kills, that is like, like Boss came out with the Katana series and all that, and they should have that amp, that kind of amp, that just blows everything away. Because if they could make this into a full-size amp that could do what it does, this thing could compete with anything out there. And I would buy a full-size version of that. But the problem with Yamaha, for some reason, is they just don't ever connect these guitar products to the right people who are going to set the world on fire and promote that product. It just drives me crazy. You had a Lukather. I mean, yeah, they have like Mike Stern, who has the kind of Telecaster style Yamaha he plays. That's fairly well known. But we're talking about, you need a mainstream person, a Slash of Eddie Van Halen, someone who's going to put Yamaha in the forefront. I know that's way easier said than done, but Yamaha just has never, I don't know, man. It just frustrates me that they have such great products. I have a lot of frustration with Yamaha. Not because I don't like Yamaha, because I love Yamaha. I grew up in a music store selling their gear. I actually sold some of the first Attitude basses that were ever made by, Billy Sheehan's signature bass. I had an opportunity to be involved in all of the Pacifica guitar sales that were done back when Rich Lasner came over from Ibanez. So much so that I wanted to get a custom guitar from them, and they built me a custom guitar in the custom shop, and I have it right here for you. Example of what Yamaha is capable of. This is a custom Pacifica, built specifically for me, one-off. And this is the kind of quality that Yamaha is capable of. And like you saw this guitar, it's just freaking insane. They could do this. They could build this stuff. I mean, this one was built for me to my spec. Me and Rich Lasner sat down, and I went through the whole thing with it. And I built the guitar that a shred guy, a Van Halen guy, obviously, would build if it was a Yamaha. And there it is, right? I mean, this thing's got the setup of a Kamikaze that I loved, a George Lynch guitar. It has the straight to the wood pickup Van Halen thing. It has the Ingve scalloped frets with the cool lights and the fretboard, sort of an 80s thing. But it's also beautiful like a Paul Reed Smith. I mean, it has a coil splitting option and all these things. And I don't know why they don't think this is marketable, and why they don't come out with something like this on a mass basis and go after Paul Reed Smith. Or this thing is as good as any guitar out there. No doubt it's probably, a premium axe at the kind of woods and everything. This is hand-built. But I really think Yamaha's missing the boat. And they need to get on the boat and nail this guitar thing and appeal to the masses with their guitars. I don't know what they're kind of like. I don't know whether they're just not, they're trying to save money or why. I think it's great that they have like somebody like Joshua Ray Gooch playing with Shania Twain and playing Yamahas, and he's very positive about their guitars. He should be. They're great guitars. But you got to have somebody like a crazy big endorser like they do with Billy Sheehan to really push their products out there. Nathan East. There's just a couple of guys that come out in my head right away that are just stars, man. They did have one guitar player that they tried to woo into sort of their guitar hero, and his name was Michael Lee Firkins. And he was like a cross between Jeff Beck and Joe Satriani. He was an amazing guitar player. I forget what the name of the album was. I know there's a song called Laughing Stacks. That I don't know if that's the title, but look up Michael Lee Firkins. It's a black with blue letters on it cover. Take a listen. It's incredible. And certainly could have been the next Guitar Hero. But of course, the age of the Guitar Hero went in 93. And that he kind of went with it, and so did Yamaha's bid for that. And if I was Yamaha, I would be trying to steal Lukather every day of the week. Because once he got on one of these things, Lukather, look, Ernie Ball makes you guitars, but this is just as good as any Ernie Ball, Steve Lukather guitar. I mean, look at this thing. This could be yours, Steve. But it's a Yamaha, so you're probably going to not do it. And you love Sterling Ball and whatever. But man, I'm telling you, Yamaha can do it, and they don't. And I don't get it. So that's my video on what is up with Yamaha. What's wrong with y'all? Ken DePron, you still work out there at the custom shop. I know you do. Please, let's make this happen. Let's make Yamaha a household name on guitars. I would love to see that after all these years of being, you know, in your court, on your court, and have this beauty and a 921 back in my room and a 1221 in my other room. I have 3 of these Pacificas. I love them, and I think they're great guitars, and Yamaha should be up there with everybody else. So, anyway, that's my Yamaha rant. Rock on.